please remain standing for the San Francisco Police Department Color Guard and our national anthem, sung by SFPD Retired Sergeant Jerry Darcy.
See by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please take your seat as San Francisco Police Department Chaplain Quinn recites the invocation remarks.
Hello, Mayor Lee, supervisors, commissioners, police of all ranks, all cities, I suppose, as well welcome here, and the citizenry of San Francisco. Let us begin this ceremony in the new chapter of the lives of Chief Scott and his family by welcoming him warmly into our families. Let us express our heartfelt desires for his continued success and excellence, guided by values we hold dear as he continues to serve the others, now the citizenry of the city and county of San Francisco, to the best of his ability. I don't think we've done anything to bring the city of San Francisco and Los Angeles closer, because in everything I've read about him, from the community he leaves, they are saying, San Francisco, you've got a good man. Let us pray for him every day in his leadership, and for all of the organizations that represent law enforcement in our community, for the Police Commission, the Office of Citizen Complaints, everything that helps make the people of the city and county of San Francisco so lucky to have the very best in law enforcement. You know, President John F. Kennedy had a quote regarding law enforcement: "Every society gets the kind of criminal it deserves by establishing their values, but it also gets the kind of law enforcement it insists upon." So let us ask God's blessing upon the men and women of the San Francisco Police Department, guided by their new chief, as they continue to strive for excellence, betraying the highest qualities of serving our brothers and sisters to the best of their abilities. May we who are served by these men and women under Chief Scott's leadership continue to ask God's blessings and protections for them all daily. And may they continue to strive for excellence and virtue.
Please welcome the Mayor of the City and County of San Francisco, the Honorable Edwin M. Lee.
Good afternoon and welcome everybody to City Hall. Thank you all for joining us here today on this special occasion, the official swearing in of our new San Francisco Chief of Police, Bill Scott. I want to thank the Scott family and friends for joining us today. I want to thank the Los Angeles Police Department, Chief Charlie Beck, and all of your distinguished guests being here today. Thank you to the men and women of the San Francisco Police Department, the officers, the command staff, the Police Officers Association, and everyone who keeps us safe every day. And a special thank you to the members of the Police Commission who put in countless hours meeting with the community and interviewing candidates to find us the best police chief in America. And especially former President Susie Loftus for all of your tireless hours and work leading in this search process. I am appreciative for your advice and counsel, Susie. Thank you very much. I also want to extend my deepest thanks to our interim police chief, Tony Chaplin. Tony, you've led the department through a critical time and under intense scrutiny and pressure. And from the start, Chief Chaplin has been a strong advocate for change within the department and did an incredible job laying the groundwork for some of our most important reforms. The San Francisco Police Department is better today thanks to the dedication, the integrity, and the determination of Tony Chaplin. Today, it gives me great confidence today to swear in Chief Scott. The San Francisco Police Department strives to be the model of the 21st century police department and the leader in our nation balancing public safety and community trust. Chief Scott brings 27 years of service in the Los Angeles Police Department and a vision of reform that will support our city. He has led and shaped community-based strategies to decrease violence in some of the toughest neighborhoods in Los Angeles. And I am confident that the appointment of Bill Scott as the new chief of the San Francisco Police Department will be our city's next step on the continued path to improvement and reform. I look forward to working with Chief Scott, the Police Commission, Police Officers Association, and all of you in the community to continue on the path to reform and to improve community policing across the city. And to that end, I want to welcome Chief Scott and his wonderful wife, Frazen, as I administer the oath. Please step forward, Bill Scott. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me, your name and then the oath. I
William Scott,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
that I willfully and faithfully discharge
the duties upon which I'm about to enter
the duties upon which I'm about to enter
during such time as I hold the office of
during such time that I hold the office of
Chief of Police for the City and County of San Francisco.
Chief of Police for the City and County of San Francisco.
Congratulations.
Good afternoon. First, I want to thank you, Mayor Lee, the San Francisco Board of Police Commissioners, the City and County of San Francisco Board of Supervisors, and all the distinguished guests for being here and for your support. Today, I have been bestowed the honor and the privilege to serve as the 43rd Police Chief of the City of San Francisco and the San Francisco Police Department, a department with a rich history and many great traditions in its illustrious 167-year history. There are several past chiefs of police of the San Francisco Police Department in the room, and I'd like to begin by thanking Chief Heather Fong, Chief George Gascon, Chief Greg Sir, and Interim Chief Tony Chaplin. You have all had significant contributions to the illustrious history of the San Francisco Police Department, and I fully intend to serve as your chief in a way that you and all retired members of the San Francisco Police Department will be proud of. I'd now like to address the current members of the San Francisco Police Department, both sworn and non-sworn, the men and women who get the work done. Since Mayor Lee's announcement of my appointment, I have personally met many of you as I have visited stations, talked to you on the beat, and anywhere else that I can meet with you and talk to you. I am encouraged by the many stories that I have been told about your successes and how so many of you are currently and consistently making a difference in the communities you serve and making a difference in the lives of others. You have overwhelmingly welcomed me, and I look forward to working with you and serving you as your chief of police. These are very challenging times for law enforcement in our city and in our nation, probably the most challenging times in our era, and our department will have some difficult challenges ahead. We have been tasked with reforming our department, not for the sake of change or not for political purposes, as many have stated, but instead for the sake of making us better at what we do, and that is keeping our city safe and free from disorder, and doing so in a manner that's constitutional, effective, professional, and legitimate in the eyes of the public. You have already begun that process of implementing reforms, and I applaud you for your efforts. I will do everything in my power to support you and to give you what you need to fully implement reform and to do your jobs keeping our city safe. I accepted this position fully knowing that you will look to me as your chief of police with high expectations for leadership in our objective to deliver reform and public safety that the residents of our city have demanded and that they deserve. I expect every member of our great organization to hold me accountable to the leadership that is fair, collaborative, consistent, and that is in the best interest of our city and our department. I also accepted this position knowing that your respect and trust in me as your chief is not simply granted by the virtue of this appointment. It has to be earned, and I fully intend to earn your respect. In turn, what I expect from you and every member of this department, both sworn and non-sworn, is to revere the sanctity of human life, to police the city in a constitutional manner, to prevent crime and disorder, and not just react to it, and to treat each other and the public with the utmost dignity and respect. These expectations, although not all-encompassing, are consistent with the values of our police department and are the cornerstone of who we are as an organization. To the residents of the city of San Francisco, when researching what you expected from your chief of police, I turned to the public input process report published by Ralph Anderson and Associates, the firm that conducted the recruiting search for your next chief. I have read every comment, every comment, from the series of community meetings and the public input surveys because I wanted to be absolutely sure that I was up to the task of meeting your expectations before accepting this position. You have asked for a chief who is an excellent communicator, who is accessible, engaged, community-focused, a 21st century reformer, supportive of community policing, a collaborator, a relationship builder, and a chief that has a record of working with youth. You've also asked for your new chief to deal with the community violence and understand the complexities of serving the mentally ill and homeless, and asked that the chief of police be a strong advocate for this community, have strong people skills, be a good listener, and you also have asked that your chief of police be transparent and accountable to you, the community. Not only do I fully accept your expectations, I embrace them, and I expect you to hold me accountable to them. To our elected officials, I thank you for welcoming me and for your respective pledges of support. My pledge to you is to be collaborative, to be responsive, and to be respectful to your districts, and to communicate with you openly, consistently, and with transparency. I look forward to working with you as we strive to keep our city safe. To all the department heads of this city, I also want to thank you for welcoming me to the city family. Effective city government takes teamwork, collaboration, sacrifice, and vision. Mayor Lee has provided us that vision, and although the police department has a very visible role, it's just one piece of the puzzle. I am delighted to be a part of our team. I hope you find me to be a good teammate that never loses sight of the bigger picture, that for an effective city government to realize the mayor's vision, it takes all of us working together. Now, on a more personal note, there are so many people in this room that have made a difference in my life and have helped me develop over the years, and I thank God for putting those people in my life. Without them, I would not be standing before you today. I cannot mention all of them today simply because there is not enough time to do so, but I would like to highlight a few of them and thank them and acknowledge them publicly. However, before I acknowledge those individuals, I'd like to thank some of the folks who are here today in more general terms. First, I'd like to thank all the men and women of the San Francisco Police Department for being here with me today and for welcoming me to the fold. I truly look forward to working with you and to serving as your chief of police. I also like to thank my colleagues and friends from the Los Angeles Police Department. You know, I started getting text messages about 6 o'clock in the morning that a lot of people that are here today, their flights were canceled. And they actually took the time to drive up to support this event, so I really appreciate that. I had 27 wonderful years with the Los Angeles Police Department, and it means the world to me that you all are here. I would like to thank the past and present members of the Los Angeles Police Commission who made the trip also up to support me. I truly appreciate you. Next, I would like to thank all of my friends who made the trip up from Los Angeles and faraway places to be here today. I am blown away by your support. And would you please stand? Thank you. and for my new friends in San Francisco, my family and I cannot thank you enough for the warm and sincere welcome that you have given us. You have extended your hand in friendship and gone above and beyond to welcome us to San Francisco. Thank you so very much for doing that, because you didn't have to do that. You did it out of the goodness in your heart, and my family and I are truly grateful. Now, there are a few people that I would like to individually thank and acknowledge for making a difference in my life. I mentioned earlier about how encouraged that I am to hear the many stories of how San Francisco's police officers are making a difference in the lives of others. The reason that I am so encouraged is that I know firsthand how individuals, by a simple act of encouragement, inclusion, or by showing that they care enough to lend a hand, can change lives. It's that type of encouragement and caring that brought me into law enforcement when my cousin, Jimmy Render, who is here today with us, recruited me to join him as a member of the Los Angeles Police Department. Jimmy, if you would stand up. This was a decision that was influenced by his mentoring and his encouragement that led me to my life's work, and I will be forever grateful. I tell you often, Jimmy, that I probably would not be here if it weren't for you introducing me to the Los Angeles Police Department. You opened your home, you gave me a place to live, you've been a mentor and a friend, and I truly thank you for making a difference in my life. Next, I'd like to thank Chief Charlie Beck of the Los Angeles Police Department, who saw something in me and promoted me to the rank of commander and deputy chief. You gave me a great opportunity to develop, to provide support, and you provided the role modeling to develop me as a leader. I'd like to thank you for the support and opportunity that you provided me over the years. I would not also be here if it weren't for you giving me an opportunity to thrive in the Los Angeles Police Department. And I hope that I can do you proud. Next, I'd like to thank retired Chief Gary Peterson of Ralph Anderson Associates, the firm who conducted the search for Chief of Police. I was busy trying to do a good job with my assignment in the Los Angeles Police Department. It's a very demanding assignment, and I was happy and fully engaged when Gary contacted me and talked to me about this great opportunity. As any good recruiter does, he was persistent, consistent, and helped me see the light that this was a great opportunity and that I would be competitive as a candidate. He didn't have to do much convincing about me coming to live in the city of San Francisco, because I've always wanted to live here. He did, however, do a great job in providing the necessary information through the public input process report, the job posting, to give me the information that I needed to arrive at an informed decision. And that decision was that I felt that I was qualified and would be competitive based on my experience, skills, education, and what the public was asking of their chief of police. I am thankful, Gary, that you recruited me and for your professionalism during this process. Your recruitment of me and my eventual appointment has truly changed my life. Thank you. And to Mayor Ed Lee, thank you for selecting me. I think you made a wise decision. No, just kidding. In all seriousness, I know this decision was not an easy one because there are many qualified candidates who applied for this position. And I thank you for giving me an opportunity to lead this department and be a part of this great city. And I've saved the most important person for last. No offense to Mayor Lee, Chief Beck, Gary, and Jimmy, but I want to publicly thank my wife, Frazian, for her love and support. You have always been there for me. and I hope that I have lived up to my end of the bargain for you. You've sacrificed a lot in order for me to put the investment of time and energy to be successful. You have very seldomly complained. Even when duty called and disrupted our personal lives and our plans, caused me to fall asleep in the movies, fall asleep in church, but you nudged me with dignity to wake me up. In all seriousness, any success that I've had is owed to you, and I love you for that. You know, my badge number? My badge number, I was fortunate enough to be able to select my badge number, and I selected number 26, which is her birthday. So in closing, it's truly an honor and a privilege to serve you as your chief of police. As a resident of this great city, I share with you the vision and the desire for a safe city that is policed in a professional and compassionate manner, and I want to say thank you again for the opportunity to serve you. May God bless you, may God bless the city of San Francisco, and may God bless the San Francisco Police Department. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join Chief Scott and his family for a reception in the South Light Court.